Welcome back. There have been some modifications. Also, I lost 150 crew flat in the Odyssey. I'm bringing our total crew lost up to 293. Over the course of our adventure, I received 4 Pakunk Furies for free, as well as 3 Airaloo Skiffs. So there is that. We still have plenty of crew left to lose before we reach 1,000, and Commander Hayes notes increased crew costs. Let's come to the shipyard. We have 2 fusion blasters. We have a point defense unit. We have 3 auto tracking modules. We have 3 dynamos, 4 storage bays, 1 crew pod, and 2 high quality efficiency fuel systems. Our planet landers have been maxed out again. We're ready to lay the beat down with 8,000 resource units to spare. Shipyard-wise, we have space for 4 more, and I certainly do have the resource units, but yeah, I don't want to be crowded, you know? Need some room for my elbows whenever I eat. That's just gotta be the way it is. For this adventure, I'd like to head out toward Vela, containing the planet Unzerwald, where this precursor vessel came from. It is the captain's home. We'll visit some other stars along the way. Starting with Canopus, I believe the name of that is. Yeah, Canopus. Let's get going. And pay no attention to the Pakunk circle moving down there. I'm sure it's perfectly fine. Completely reasonable. We're gonna get some exploration done. We're gonna get some alien interaction done. It'll be great times. Fun for the whole family. And we left in time for Christmas. Hooray! Captain, we didn't stay that long. No, we certainly did not. Looks like the world is over there. Let's go cruising toward it. No, that was a star. I have been bamboozled once again. Whew, that one's hard to spot. There we go. Not the first time the stars in the background have fucked me. This is an ultramarine world. Completely safe to land on. We've got to be pickier about the stuff we loot, though. With only 4 cargo bays. Still. Why not scoop it all up? We can always just junk it later. Remember, with all of our upgrades, we can fit stuff now. Lots and lots of stuff. We'll head for Gamma Ray Net next. Now, future Grimith is going to prepare a special treat for you at this time, a combat simulator. Hop yourselves in and enjoy. Welcome to the combat simulator, Super Melee. We have seen very little combat throughout this revisit. Why don't we strap ourselves in and see what the vessels we've encountered thus far can do. At the top, we have the Ur-Quan Dreadnought. At the bottom, we have the Airaloo Skiff, the Earthling Cruiser, the Pakunk Fury, and the Zoc Fought Pick Stinger. Note that this combat simulator will contain images of vessels we've not encountered during the playthrough, and take that into consideration of whether you want to watch anymore. Let's view some data. The Ur-Quan Dreadnought is huge, slow, heavy weapon, and it launches fighters. The fighters are manned by 1 crew. I was debating whether I wanted to let the rest of that beeping go, and I was like, no, wait, it's fine. I have audio ducking on. If they collide, they won't collide with a planet in Star Control 2. They'll swim around it. If you hit them with projectiles or they get hit by an asteroid, they do blow up. There is only so long they will be out of the dreadnought before they return to refuel. and they will not be launched if the vessel that you have has a point defense mechanic, such as the Earthling Cruiser. Fusion Blaster? Don't get hit by that weapon. It sucks. It's really painful, as would be expected of an entire dreadnought. Down here, the Aralulale Skiff. Fast, no inertia, auto-aim laser, hyper jump. Oh, the headlights are important. I've not seen most of these little jingle videos that we're gonna get reporting this stuff. Star Control 2 doesn't have these. Star Control 1 has these, and the HD Megamod brings this stuff in. Obviously, new ones made. Because not everyone in Star Control 2 is in Star Control 1. We'll follow this up with the Earthling Cruiser. Slow, heavy, seeking nukes, point defense lasers. The Ur-Quan Dreadnought can outspeed the Earthling Cruiser. If you end up in a 1v1 with those two and you're on the Earthling Cruiser, you're gonna need to do some gravity whips around planets. Or hope that you catch an awesome cyborg and an Ur-Quan Dreadnought dancing in area transitioning instead of outright pursuing you. I would know. I've tested it in 1v1 combat quite recently. Earthling Cruiser. Our fire and forget nuclear missiles. Turning rate. Yeah, genius. We'll follow that up with the Pakunk Fury. Blazing fast, insulting enemy, and a coin flip chance of respawning. You could get 8 respawns in a row, you could get 0 respawns. Every time there's a respawn, full crew. The battery regeneration of the Pakunk Fury is entirely dependent upon the secondary fire, which is the Pakunk hurling insults. And finally, the Zoc Fought Pick Stinger. Small crew, speedy, antimatter spray, and tongue attack. I did not remember that jingle at all for the Zoc Fought Pick. I'm sure I've heard it before in my life. There you go. That's this Stinger in action. Well, at least a cool image of it. Now, the Spathia Looter is not included on Team Thoughts and Prayers because it would be unfair for the Ur-Quan. We'll cover that later. Thoughts and Prayers is capable of winning this fight if controlled by an awesome cyborg. Thoughts and Prayers is also very much capable of losing this fight. It's going to depend on random ship order, planet and asteroid locations, and other bits and bobs. Let's let them duke it out. The Ur-Quan versus the Aralu, the Earthlings, the Pakunk, and the Zoc Fought Pick. Go. Not a great start for Team Thoughts and Prayers. Solo's in a pickle here. Solo's in a real pickle. Yep. Ernie.
Cool, baby. Loser.
Get him, Ernie. Bob and weave, Ernie.
Cool.
Shoot the fighters down, Ernie. Whittle down that crew, like the Stinger should have. Don't drift into the fusion blaster.
Cool. Jerk.
See Ernie putting up a great fight here against the Ur-Quan. Okay. No more rate revives. And finally, Yaraloo Skiff, which I have seen in the simulator rip apart a Dreadnought quite well. And I've also seen it completely just get wrecked. The Dreadnought wins, defeating Team Thoughts and Prayers. The cruiser situation, that was a damn shame. And well, the Stinger, you know, swings and roundabouts, yeah, swings and roundabouts. Now, I will try and disguise alien names from you here. I'll give you a moment, and I will shift in one thing. This is the Spathia Looter. Very fast, large, cowardly crew. Rear-firing weapon. That's right, you may not have realized the crew are in here, and not in here. But the rear-firing missile launch tube is here, and that's incredibly important. I will say that in my testing here in the combat simulator that I did for absolutely no reason for the rest of the series, particularly not for preparing this video and how I was going to modify my flagship moving forward, I did a lot of simulations. The Spathia Looter versus the Ur-Quan Dreadnought. A lot. And I can consistently defeat the Ur-Quan Dreadnought, but it takes too long. It takes me too long. And there has always been, in all of the simulations I've run, some attrition on my part. And I'm like, man, I'm recording a series. I just, you know, which is why the flagship has been modified, augmented with weaponry, firepower. I'm not going to send out the Spathia Looter to resolve any Ur-Quan Dreadnoughts, because we're going to run into them over the course of the rest of the series. It's just going to happen. As it turns out, though, the awesome Cyborg Spathia Looter has a decent chance of defeating an Ur-Quan Dreadnought, too. I've been delighted to watch it in action. So, one Spathia Looter is going to take on an Ur-Quan Dreadnought. When I initially ran these simulations to see how the awesome cyborgs would fare against one another, I had thoughts and prayers with a Spathia Looter too, and it just ended up being too unfair. Like, the Ur-Quan Dreadnought could not get through all 5 of those ships. And when I saw that the Eluder could handle it by itself, good collision there, Ur-Quan. Uh-oh. The cyborg's caught. Narrow escape there. Oh! The Ur-Quan! Lord survives! Only just. Well, how about that? Great job, Ur-Quan, but you can see how the Spathia Looter can handle an Ur-Quan Dreadnought, particularly if the Ur-Quan Dreadnought starts bouncing off the damn planet. I know, by the way, that really hurts. If our flagship were to do that, boy, would it suck. Let's not have that happen. Anyway, I think that's a neat demonstration of what the Ur-Quan Dreadnought can do. And we've seen already what the Spathia Looter can do, and that was even more of it. Once the Dreadnought runs low on crew, though, it starts just lobbing Fusion Blaster shots. Just shots! And it does a great job of regenerating energy, and that could be a real problem to dodge all of those shots. Particularly when you wheel in close, as the Cyborg did, to fire off your own butts. Alright, we could do more, but hell, this is a fucking free game. You can run your own simulations. Let's get back to the whole space exploration adventure travel bit now. We've been armed enough with knowledge. Future Grimith out. 2 planets here at Gamma Ray Net. Is it a tectonic world or a Urea world? Yeah, Urea world. Quickly go through those scans, get out of here. I don't have time for your slow rolling scans. There is an option where I could have all 3 scans just be 1 scan. No. Purple world? I mean, it looks sufficiently purple. Pellucid world. Oh, how could I fail to recognize a Pellucid world? Easy. Of all the world types. At least I can see them from a distance. In the HD MEGAMOD, you know, there's that. We do have that going for us. On the flip side, there are some planets I have a real hard time seeing. So, it's not always victory, to be sure. I'll go over there on the right side. Fwifo's got all these friends. Good times, great fun. And nothing bad's gonna happen. Isn't that right, Pakunkies? Alpha Ray Net, head on over there. Just one lonely planet. Let's see what's happening. Yep. No moons, no satellites, just the one. Organic world, quasi-degenerate world, opalescent world. Close enough, right? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We'll land on this. See how well the tectonic protection holds up. There we go. Our crew didn't die. Yippee! You know, I guess I'll get at the rest of this. And can always chuck this into the galaxy. We picked up some arsenic for Christmas. Hooray! We have one more Raynet to visit, I do believe. I do believe. Sure do. Beta Raynet. What you got going on over here? Another lonely planet. Well. Squints at the world. Likely gonna be disappointing. Hydrocarbon world. Yeah, look at that gravity. For that, that's a no-go, bud. Let's get out of here and toward Vela. Very difficult to see with Zeman there. But it's there. Whoop. Merry Birthmas, Christmas. Hallelujah, miss. Whatever we call it in 2155. Alright. Got several planets out here waiting for us. Now, some of you may look next to the sun and go, I haven't seen that planet type before. And my response to you is, no, you've seen that planet type before. What's going on, Planet 5? Planet 5 is Old Howl world. Light on the gravity, it has some radioactives, I'll land for that. We'll pick up the corrosives while we're here. Maybe get some more iodine. Very good. Elusive world? I would graciously accept. Venilagos world, damn it. It's one of those two. Ugh. Poor lonely gas giant. Grimith has returned home. Noble world? Hydrocarbon world? Ultramarine world? Yay! Let's scoop up some noble gases. Meow. I guess we'll pick up some common while we're here. We can fit it all in. Helium, come, join the Krypton. You can come along too, Argon. The shadow of this planet beckons. Looks like I can keep fucking beckoning. I don't think so. Alright. I've hid this long enough. Let's go to Planet 1. I hope the combat simulator time prepared you all for what's about to happen here at the end of 2155. Oh, what the fuck? I wasn't even trying and I just made it to the... Maybe. Alright, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, cool. Anyway, this is our home world. We can't go down there. It's gone to us now. Looks pretty, though. A whole lot of water. Goodbye! I can't fucking believe that. Incredible. I need a moment to regain my composure. Well, that happened. Decided I would get a drink, since apparently the Ur-Quan dreadnought took off the end of December. It wasn't even remotely intentional to sneak through here. I assumed it would aggro and collide with me. Alright. Get over here, bud. Just leave it on the fucking job, man.
So, the offspring has returned to its nest. When you left this system, our ship was near enough to detect your translation into hyperspace. Though we lost your hyperspace spore, we were able to backtrack your path here to this star system. And what did we find? An outlaw culture. Humans outside of a slave shield. You will note that this oversight has been rectified. Now, we shall finish the job.
Note that it only takes one Ur-Quan dreadnought to slave shield an entire world. I'm not regarding like actual firepower, because it's not like Unzervold had any. I mean, just one can manifest it around an entire planet. And the dreadnought just decided, we could maybe figure out that the vessel was here, possibly maybe came from Earth, and we could go check that out. Nah. Eventually that vessel's gonna come back, right? And then we'll get him. Well, I guess the Ur-Quan waited so damn long. Just wasn't for, what? It's here? After it? No, don't let it get away. It's too fast. Ah! All right. Let's go, bud. The Ur-Quan sensors inform it that I have point defense protections on this vessel. So it doesn't want to spend crew having the fighters come after me, only to be slain, Woo! It was close. The Ur-Quan dreadnought gets to speed up here, thanks to that planetary gravity whip. And I slowed down in that, so it was harder for me to escape it. We managed all the same. Don't need to get the Starlucked wrecked by that. 375 resource units for our troubles, not worth as much as a probe. But their value is inflated to compensate for the fact that your galaxy may end up full of them. Well, here's the Ur-Quan Sphere of Influence. They got a few places. Just a few. We're heading for Zeman next. The names have teleported to God knows where. What's going on here in the supergiant star besides the Melnorme we will find here somewhere at the end of 2155? We'll head for this junk planet first. Over here, Planet 3. And be reminded that this star is massive. Super giant, immense. We could barely spot our home system. It's possible there's biodata around here for me to scoop up so I can take to the Melnorme and get that temperature lander upgrade. But I'm gonna go out here on a limb and say if there are life forms that could survive this temperature, I don't want them on my lander, and I don't want them on my ship. So we're gonna put a pin in this system, and we'll come back to this one later. It was so close to where we were. We'll have to head past some gas giants here another time. I hadn't planned where I was gonna go next. There would be another Melnorme and Alpha Vulpeculae. Who knows, I may never end up coming back to this system. Why don't we... I gotta make a decision here. Make up my mind. Well, where I want to turn off to. Whether I want to go to the Vulpeculae constellation or Luton. I don't know where I feel like going, so we'll bring it into this episode here. We had a little bit of interaction. We had a combat simulator. We had some exploration. We had some temperatures. We're at the end of 2155. Let's not get the crew eviscerated just yet. I had a great laugh of the Ur-Quan Lord sleeping. That was a wonderful time. Tell you what. It's gonna be on the episode. Come back next time where I decide what I want to do. Imagine that. Fickle Grimith makes a choice. Hooray!